Hello again. I got a little running story for you on how to impress the ladies, or maybe not, as you will find out. I took up running back in the early 1970s, measured out this course that I called 3 miles, so more or less 5k really, and it was the fact that I'm trying to do a sub 21, set myself a goal of a sub 21 minute 5k. That got me thinking about what was probably the first time that I ran a 5k or similar distance to 5k at pace. I have actually recently measured this course on my walk, and it turns out to be 4.69 kilometres, so not too far off, maybe 6% off the 5k. Anyway, this girl Jennifer was around our house. My older brother Mark was there at the time, and we got chatting about why not go out and do a run around this course. Now, I was hardly a runner at the time. I mean, I only did this course about once every month, sometimes not even that, and if I did it twice a month, that was a good time. Anyway, the times I had gone round this course, it took me about 22 minutes. I considered that a very good time. So if you round that up to what it would be if it was an exact 5k, you're looking at about 22 and a half minutes for a 5k. And yeah, we were in our teens. I was in the first half of my teens, and as I said, my brother he was just under 2 years older than me. And so we said to Jennifer, we're going to go out for this run. Unfortunately, she had a bike with her, and she volunteered to time it. So yeah, two young teenage lads and a girl similar age to me, we were definitely out to impress. So we started on this run. We started at an okay pace, not too fast, but steady, and we gradually sort of rounded up, and just under 3k in, maybe 2 3/4k in, we got to this point on the course where there was a incline of around, I would say it was a 4 to 5% incline up a road called Cole Avenue, and it was 350 metres long, maybe. Now we'd all stuck together before that point, me and my brother side by side, and Jennifer on the road on a bike by the side of us. And we hit the slope, and Mark and me started pushing on. In fact, we really started pushing on, and we just dropped her. We just dropped Jennifer. She was like out the back, just gone. Now I had a moment of guilt. What do you do, because you'd all been having quite a nice chat, a nice little outing, and do we stop and wait, do the gentlemanly thing to stop and wait? But hell no. Me and Mark pushed on, and Jennifer just went further and further into the distance, and we got to the behind us, of course, and we got to the top of this slope, and we turned left down what was called the ash path, very near where we used to go to school. And the ash path was a bit like an asphalt track, really. Good for running on, but not so good for biking. So no Jennifer in sight. We head down this ash path. I couldn't see Jennifer making up much ground on us along the ash path, and the ash path came out on Stroud Road, and because of the incline, of course, it has a very, very slight slope down to come. And so Mark and me we'd really rounded up, really belting it, and I was actually feeling a little bit guilty because we just dropped Jennifer. She was just gone, and I was beginning to wonder. We only had about 1.5k to go. I was beginning to wonder whether she'd ever catch us up again before the end, and whether we'd ever actually know our time for the finish, because she was, of course, doing the timing. Anyway, we really hammered it down this road. I was right on Mark's shoulder, not knowing who was going to win the final sprint. And all the way down I was feeling a little bit guilty. But did we slow down for her? Oh no, we didn't. We just kept pushing it. And we went through this little alleyway, which I suppose slowed us down a little bit before we got back to the house. And Jennifer made an appearance, pedalling like mad. She just got up to us just before the final sprint began. Now, of course, my elder brother Mark, he was obviously wanting to impress a little bit more than me, and he out-sprinted me to the house. So, I said to Jennifer, "Oh, what was the time, Jen? What was the time?" Knowing that, my usual was about 21 minutes, but we'd obviously knocked that run out the park, despite the relatively easy start. And she said, I don't know, because of what went on. She'd just completely forgotten the start time. And fortunately, I had glanced at my watch, only briefly, not expecting to be the one doing the timekeeping. And I remember calculating, I think we'd done 18:06. So my older brother Mark, he would have done, second quicker, 18:05. Now if you work it out, rounded up to the full 5k, because I said it's 4.69, that works out at about a 18 minute 5k. Which, thinking about it in today's terms, is probably what it was, really. I mean, it wasn't super fast, of course, because of the more casual start, but boy did we leave Jennifer for dead halfway through. I wasn't sure whether she was that impressed or not. I don't think she was, actually. But there you go. We were just getting into the running at the time, and as you know, you don't slow down for anything, not even as teenage boys, when you're trying to impress the ladies. So there you go. Yeah, that was my recollections of the very first time I ran a similar distance to 5k at pace. So hope you enjoyed my little reminiscence, and take care, and hope to see you next time. Bye.